High Admiral Vectora stood before the holographic display, her crystalline form refracting light across the bridge of the Dominion flagship. The neural readouts from Earth's ocean scrolled past her compound eyes, each data point confirming what their initial scans had suggested. The humans were even more primitive than anticipated. They waste their technological potential on biological integration. She clicked her mandibles in dismay, addressing the assembled fleet commanders. Their most advanced military units rely on neural links with aquatic mammals. The command chamber erupted in crystalline chimes, the Dominion equivalent of laughter. Commander Zixtil approached the display, his faceted body glinting with amusement. High Admiral, observed their primary underwater defense force. They've created neural interfaces with creatures called dolphins, primitive echolocating mammals that haven't evolved in millions of years. Vectora's crystalline segments shifted in disdain as she studied the footage. Human divers swam alongside sleek gray forms, their movements synchronized through what appeared to be biological neural links rather than proper technological integration. Their insistence on maintaining biological purity will be their downfall. Our cybernetic warfare units are vastly superior. The humans claim these dolphin teams can outmaneuver any underwater craft. Zixtil added with another chiming laugh. They believe the biological sonar of these creatures combined with human intuition creates some sort of advantage. Biological sonar. Vectora's form pulsed with derision. Our quantum scanning arrays can map entire ocean basins in seconds. These mammals rely on sound waves like primitive cave-dwelling species. She turned to face the assembled commanders. Begin the coastal assault. Target their major naval bases first. I want these dolphin teams eliminated before they embarrass themselves trying to challenge our forces. Deep beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean, Lieutenant Sarah Chen floated motionless in the midnight waters, her neural link with Echo humming with shared awareness. The dolphin's consciousness brushed against hers through the interface, his sonar mapping the underwater terrain with a precision that no artificial system could match. Contact. 3 kilometers east. Large metallic signatures. Echo's thoughts rippled through their shared neural space, moving fast. Unlike anything in our database, Sarah acknowledged without words, their years of partnership allowing for instantaneous communication. She reached out through the broader neural network, connecting with the other human dolphin teams patrolling the sector. Captain Rodriguez's voice echoed in her mind. All teams, maintain position. Let them think we're as primitive as they believe. Wait for my signal. The alien vessels approached, their crystalline hulls distorting the natural flow of water. Sarah could feel Echo's curiosity and tension through their link. The dolphins had known something was coming. They'd been detecting strange harmonics in the ocean for weeks, frequencies that didn't match any known source. They're not using propulsion, Echo observed. Some kind of quantum field manipulation. But it creates dead zones in the water. No natural movement. Sarah smiled inside her reed rudder. The aliens, for all their advanced technology, didn't understand the ocean. They didn't realize that their superior systems were broadcasting their presence to every marine mammal within 50 kilometers. Through the neural net, she felt the other dolphins sharing Echo's observations, building a comprehensive map of the alien fleet's weaknesses. The crystalline ships might be immune to conventional sonar detection, but they couldn't hide the void they created in the ocean's natural rhythms. All teams, prepare for synchronized broadcast, Rodriguez commanded. Sarah felt Echo's excitement spike. They'd practiced this maneuver countless times, but never against an actual target. The aliens were almost overhead now, their arrogance evident in their complete lack of defensive positioning. They truly believed their technology made them invisible to the primitive human dolphin teams. Ready, Echo's thought carried anticipation and focus. Sarah linked her mind fully with his, their consciousness merging into the practiced dance they'd perfected over years of partnership. Around them, 40 other human dolphin pairs did the same, creating a neural network more complex and adaptable than any computer system. Execute Siren Protocol. Rodriguez ordered. As one, the dolphins released a precisely modulated sonic burst, their biological sonar amplified and shaped by human consciousness through the neural links. The alien vessel's quantum fields wavered as the harmonics disrupted their fundamental frequency. Sarah felt Echo's fierce joy as the sound of 40 dolphins, guided by 40 human minds, shattered the aliens' supposedly superior technology. The crystalline ships cracked, their structures unable to maintain coherence under the assault. Vectora stared in disbelief as the tactical display went dark. What happened to our advance fleet? Zixtil's crystalline form had lost its earlier amusement. High Admiral. They were destroyed. The human dolphin teams somehow created a resonance pattern that. Impossible. Vectora's form pulsed with rage. They're using sound waves against quantum technology. It's barely more advanced than throwing rocks. High Admiral. A junior officer interrupted, her crystal segments shifting nervously. We're detecting similar neural signatures all along the coastline. Thousands of human-dolphin pairs, and they're not alone. There are larger signatures. Whales, they're called. The humans have neural links with them too. Vectora's rage turned to something else. For the first time in her long military career, she felt fear. The humans hadn't abandoned biological integration for a very simple reason. They'd found a way to make it better than pure technology. And they were just getting started. The Dominion War Council chamber aboard the flagship crystallized into tense silence as Vectora reviewed the debris analysis from their destroyed advance fleet. Her form pulsed with contained fury as she addressed the assembled commanders. These humans are more cunning than we anticipated, she admitted, her crystalline structure refracting harsh patterns across the chamber walls. But they've revealed their primary defense strategy. We'll adapt our quantum fields to resist their sonic attacks. Commander Zixtil interfaced with the tactical display, his crystalline segments shifting uncertainly. High Admiral, our analysis suggests the human dolphin teams aren't limited to simple sonic warfare. The neural links appear to grant them capabilities we don't fully understand. Explain, Vectora demanded, her form darkening. The dolphin's biological sonar, when guided by human consciousness, achieves impossible precision. They can detect quantum field fluctuations we thought were theoretically undetectable. And their neural network. Zixtil's voice trailed off. Continue, Commander. It's organic, High Admiral. It grows, adapts. Each human-dolphin pair adds new complexity to the system. We can't predict how it will evolve or respond. Vectora absorbed this information, her tactical processes recalculating. Then we'll overwhelm them with numbers. Launch the mass assault. All available ships, full quantum field engagement. Let's see how their organic network handles 10,000 targets simultaneously. Deep beneath the waves, Sarah Chen felt Echo's consciousness spark with alertness. They're coming back. Many more this time. The neural network hummed with activity as human dolphin teams along the coast shared information. Sarah could feel Captain Rodriguez coordinating with other sector commanders, their thoughts moving through the organic network with liquid efficiency. Something's different, Echo broadcasted. Their quantum fields have changed frequency, trying to counter our sonic attacks. Sarah smiled. The aliens were fighting the previous battle, not realizing that the human dolphin teams had already evolved beyond simple sonic warfare. Through their neural link, she merged her consciousness more deeply with Echo's, allowing his biological sonar to shape her understanding of the underwater environment. The alien fleet appeared in Echo's awareness like holes in the ocean's natural rhythm. Their quantum fields might be hardened against sonic attack, but they still disrupted the complex patterns of water movement, temperature, and pressure that dolphins had evolved over millions of years to detect. All teams, initiate Protocol Leviathan. Rodriguez's command rippled through the neural net. Sarah felt Echo's excitement spike as they began the carefully planned deception. The human dolphin teams scattered, apparently fleeing before the overwhelming alien force. Vectora watched their retreat with satisfaction. As expected, Their primitive biological systems can't handle multiple targets. Push forward with the assault. But Sarah and Echo weren't retreating. Through their neural link, they were reaching out to something else, something the aliens hadn't considered a threat. The great whales, their massive bodies carrying neural interfaces that expanded the organic network's capabilities exponentially. Deep below the alien fleet, pods of humpback whales began to sing. The aliens detected the whale song but dismissed it as background noise. They didn't understand that the songs, guided by human consciousness through the neural network, were creating complex interference patterns in the quantum field's fundamental harmonics. High Admiral. Zixtil's cry shattered the command chamber's satisfaction. The quantum fields, they're destabilizing. Vectora's form pulsed with alarm as she processed the tactical displays. The whale songs weren't attacking their fields directly. Instead, the precisely modulated frequencies were creating standing waves in the ocean itself, generating pressure differentials that their quantum fields couldn't compensate for. Impossible, she whispered as the first ships began to implode. They're using the ocean itself as a weapon. Sarah felt the destruction through Echo's sonar mapping. The alien vessels weren't just being destroyed. They were being dismantled by the fundamental forces of the ocean, their quantum fields turned against them by the orchestrated songs of whales guided by human intelligence. They never understood. Echo's thoughts carried a hint of sadness. The ocean isn't just water. It's a living system. You can't fight it with technology alone. Through the neural network, Sarah felt the satisfaction of the whales as they continued their deadly symphony. The aliens had thought themselves superior, never realizing that humans hadn't merged with dolphins and whales out of weakness, but because Earth's marine mammals already possessed capabilities that technology couldn't replicate. As the remnants of the alien fleet retreated in disarray, Vectora faced a horrifying realization. The human dolphin teams hadn't just been defending. They'd been gathering intelligence, probing the aliens' weaknesses, and setting up an elaborate trap. The supposedly primitive biological sonar had mapped their quantum field technology more thoroughly than their own sensors could. All forces, full retreat, she ordered, her crystalline form dark with humiliation. We need to completely redesign our approach. These humans, they're not just using biology as a crutch. They found a way to make it stronger than pure technology. But as her fleet fled, Vectora didn't know that this was just the beginning. In the depths of Earth's oceans, the human marine mammal neural network was still growing, still evolving, preparing for the real battle to come. Vectora's crystalline form had lost its luster as she faced the Dominion High Command's holographic projections. The defeat had shaken the entire invasion force's confidence, but what troubled her more was the growing suspicion that they'd fundamentally misunderstood their enemy. The humans aren't limiting themselves to defensive operations anymore, she reported, projecting tactical data through her crystalline structure. Their neural network has spread to every ocean on the planet. They're coordinating something massive, but our sensors can't penetrate their biological communications. The High Command's eldest member, Grand Architect Kickstall, leaned forward, his ancient crystal segments grinding softly. You believe their biological integration is superior to our technology. Not superior, Vectora corrected carefully. Different. Unpredictable. They're using the ocean in ways we never considered possible. The whale's songs don't just disrupt our quantum fields. They're changing the fundamental patterns of the sea itself. In the depths of the Indian Ocean, Sarah Chen and Echo glided through dark waters. Their consciousness merged more deeply than ever before. The neural network had evolved, allowing human dolphin pairs to share not just thoughts and sensory information, but intuitive understanding of the ocean's complex dynamics. The patterns are building, Echo shared, his sonar mapping massive movements in the deep currents. The whales have almost completed the resonance framework. Sarah acknowledged, feeling the power growing in the water around them. For months, pods of whales guided by human consciousness had been singing precisely calculated songs, creating standing waves in the ocean currents that spanned entire basins. The aliens didn't realize that Earth's oceans were becoming one vast, coordinated weapon. Through the neural network, she could sense thousands of other human marine mammal teams in position around the globe. Captain Rodriguez's voice echoed in their shared consciousness. All teams, prepare for synchronized activation. The aliens think they've adapted to our tactics. They don't understand we've been playing a longer game. Vectora frowned at her tactical displays as new data streamed in. Their activity is increasing. Human dolphin teams are converging on specific coordinates, but the pattern seems random. Her form pulsed with frustration. Every time we think we understand their strategy, they change the rules of engagement. High Admiral. Zixtil interrupted, his crystalline structure vibrating with alarm. We're detecting massive energy fluctuations in the deep ocean currents. The whale songs, they're all changing frequency simultaneously. Sarah felt the power building through her neural link with Echo. The whale songs, carefully orchestrated over months of preparation, had created a web of resonant frequencies throughout Earth's oceans. Now, with precise coordination through the neural network, they began to shift those frequencies. The effect was devastating. Deep ocean currents, carrying the accumulated energy of countless whale songs, suddenly changed direction. Massive waves of pressure rippled through the quantum fields of every alien vessel on Earth. But these weren't simple attacks. The pressure waves formed complex, intelligent patterns guided by the combined consciousness of humans and marine mammals. Multiple ship losses reported across all sectors. Zixtil's voice cracked with disbelief. Their attack isn't focused on our vessels. They're using the ocean currents to disrupt our quantum field generators on a planetary scale. Vectora watched in horror as her tactical display lit up with distress signals. The humans hadn't just been fighting battles. They'd been systematically mapping the aliens' quantum field technology, finding its fundamental frequencies, and turning the entire ocean into a weapon precisely tuned to destroy it. They never saw the true pattern. Echo shared with Sarah as they watched the alien fleet's quantum fields collapse. They were so focused on technology, they forgot that biology can create its own kind of sophistication. Through the neural network, Sarah felt the satisfaction of whales and dolphins across the globe as months of careful preparation paid off. The alien's supposedly superior technology was being systematically dismantled by the coordinated songs of Earth's marine mammals, guided by human intelligence and enhanced by neural interfaces that merged the best of both species. Full retreat, Vectora ordered, her crystalline form nearly opaque with despair. Get our remaining ships out of the water. We can't fight an enemy that turns the planet itself against us. But as the alien fleet tried to escape, they discovered another surprise. The humans hadn't just been using whale songs to attack. They'd been reshaping the ocean's electromagnetic fields. As alien ships tried to rise from the water, they found their quantum field generators completely dead, disabled by precisely tuned magnetic pulses that only naturally bioelectric creatures like dolphins could generate with such accuracy. Sarah felt Echo's fierce joy as they watched the alien fleet's desperate attempts to escape. They thought biology was primitive, he shared. They never understood that evolution had already solved problems their technology couldn't touch. Through the neural network, Captain Rodriguez's satisfaction rippled to all teams. Phase 1 complete. Now we show them what Earth's oceans can really do when humans and marine mammals work together. Vectora, watching her invasion force crumble, finally understood their fatal mistake. They had dismissed human-marine mammal integration as a primitive substitute for pure technology. Instead, it had proven to be something entirely new, a perfect fusion of biological sophistication and human innovation that had turned Earth's oceans into the most powerful weapon system the galaxy had ever seen. The Dominion flagship hung in low orbit, its crystalline structure reflecting Earth's oceans like a shattered mirror. Vectora stood motionless in her command chamber, reviewing the catastrophic losses her forces had sustained. The humans weren't just defending anymore. They were hunting. High Command demands answers, Zixtil reported, his form dimmed with exhaustion. How are the humans extending their neural network beyond coastal waters? Our orbital scans show human dolphin teams operating in the deep ocean, thousands of kilometers from shore. Vectora's tactical displays showed the uncomfortable truth. The human marine mammal forces were somehow projecting power across entire ocean basins, coordinating attacks with impossible precision. What about the new signal patterns we detected? Analysis confirms they're using modified whale songs as some kind of carrier wave, Zixtil replied. But the complexity, it's beyond anything we've encountered. The songs carry tactical data, strategic coordination, even emotional content. Deep in the Atlantic, Sarah Chen and Echo moved through the midnight waters with practiced grace. Their neural link hummed with activity as they monitored the vast communication network that now spanned Earth's oceans. Around them, a pod of sperm whales maintained the deep frequency songs that carried the neural network signals across thousands of kilometers. They still don't understand what we've built, Echo shared, his thoughts tinged with satisfaction. Every whale song, every dolphin click, they're all part of Earth's new nervous system. Sarah smiled inside her rebreather. The aliens had assumed human marine mammal teams needed to be close to coordinate effectively. They didn't realize that whales had been communicating across ocean basins for millions of years. The neural interfaces had simply allowed humans to tap into, enhance, and weaponize that ancient system. Captain Rodriguez's thoughts rippled through the network. All teams, prepare for Phase Omega. Our cetacean allies have mapped every alien quantum field signature. Time to show them why you don't underestimate Earth's oceans. Vectora's tactical alert chimed as new data flooded in. Multiple whale song emissions detected, but the pattern is different. Her crystalline structure vibrated with concern as she analyzed the readings. These frequencies, they're perfectly aligned with our quantum field harmonics. Impossible, Zixtil exclaimed. They can't have mapped our entire defensive spectrum. The calculations would take years. Unless, Vectora's voice dropped to a whisper, they weren't calculating at all. The whales, they can naturally sense these patterns, can't they? They've been doing it since we arrived. Through their neural link, Sarah felt Echo's sonar mapping the alien vessels attempting to hide in the thermocline layer. The dolphin's biological sonar, enhanced by human consciousness, and coordinated through the whale song network, could track quantum field disturbances with effortless precision. Ready, Echo broadcasted to the network. Around the globe, thousands of human dolphin pairs synchronized their awareness. Whale pods began to shift their songs, building complex harmonic patterns that propagated through the ocean's natural acoustic channels. Vectora watched in horror as her tactical displays lit up with new signatures. The whale songs, they're not just communicating. They're creating some kind of resonance pattern in the ocean itself. High Admiral, Zixtil's voice cracked with alarm. The songs are matching our quantum field frequencies exactly. Every harmonic, every fluctuation. It's like they're creating a mirror image in the water. The ocean itself seemed to pause for a moment as the whale songs reached their crescendo. Then, with devastating precision, the mirror shattered. Every alien quantum field suddenly found itself trying to exist in perfect antiphase with the oceanic resonance patterns. Sarah felt the destruction through Echo's sonar. Alien ships crackled and broke apart as their quantum fields collapsed, torn apart by forces they'd never believed primitive biological entities could generate. The whale songs had turned the aliens' own technology against them, using the ocean as an amplifier for their precisely tuned frequencies. Full retreat, Vectora ordered, her crystalline form nearly transparent with fear. Get us out of this gravity well. The entire ocean has become a weapon. But the human-marine mammal alliance wasn't finished. As alien ships tried to flee, they discovered that the whale songs had created standing waves in Earth's magnetosphere. Their quantum drives sputtered and failed, tracked by fields that only naturally bioelectric creatures could have woven with such delicate complexity. They thought technology had to be artificial, Echo shared as they watched the alien fleet's desperate attempts to escape. They never understood that nature had already created solutions they couldn't match. Through the neural network, Sarah felt the triumph of thousands of human dolphin teams and their whale allies. Earth's oceans had become more than just a battlefield. They were now a single vast instrument, playing a symphony of destruction tuned specifically to alien frequencies. Vectora, watching her invasion force disintegrate, finally grasped the true magnitude of their failure. They had dismissed Earth's oceans as an obstacle to be overcome. Instead, humans had turned them into the most sophisticated weapon in the galaxy, using the natural capabilities of marine mammals enhanced by neural interfaces to create something that transcended both biology and technology. "Send the signal," she commanded, her voice heavy with defeat. "Tell High Command, Earth is not to be approached. Its oceans are not just defended. They're alive, aware, and far more dangerous than we ever imagined." The Dominion High Command's emergency session crackled with tension as Vectora's report concluded. Her holographic form stood before the assembled crystalline leaders, their ancient chambers silent as they processed the magnitude of their defeat. Grand Architect Kickstall spoke first, his crystalline segments grinding with age and concern. "You believe the humans have achieved something beyond mere technological advancement. They've created a true synthesis," Vectora replied, her form pulsing with hard-won wisdom, "not just between their technology and Earth's marine life, but between consciousness itself and the fundamental forces of their world's oceans." Deep beneath the Pacific, Sarah, Chen, and Echo moved through waters that had changed forever. The neural network had evolved beyond its military origins, becoming something the original designers had never imagined. Through their link, Sarah could feel the pulse of the entire ocean. Every current, every temperature gradient, every subtle shift in the planet's marine ecosystems. "We're receiving new patterns from the deep pods," Echo shared. His consciousness merged seamlessly with hers. "The whales have discovered something in the abyssal plains." The neural network hummed with activity as the information spread. Massive whale pods, their songs now carrying both data and awareness across ocean basins, had detected strange crystalline formations growing on the seafloor. The remnants of destroyed alien ships weren't just debris. They were changing. Captain Rodriguez's thoughts rippled through the network. "All teams, converge on the anomaly sites. Something unprecedented is happening." In the Dominion chambers, Vectora's tactical displays showed the impossible data. "The quantum field generators we lost. They're not dead. They're adapting. The ocean itself is reshaping them." "Explain," demanded Kickstall, his ancient form leaning forward. "The human marine mammal neural network didn't just defeat our technology." Vectora's voice carried a note of awe. "They forced it to evolve. The quantum fields, exposed to their whale songs and dolphin sonar, are becoming something new. Something that bridges the gap between our crystalline technology and their biological systems." Sarah and Echo glided through the depths, approaching one of the transformation sites. Through their neural link, they could sense the changes. The alien quantum field generators, instead of simply failing, had resonated with the whale songs until they began to shift on a fundamental level. The crystalline structures were growing, learning, integrating with the ocean's natural patterns. "It's beautiful," Echo shared, his sonar mapping the evolving formations. "They're becoming like coral reefs, but made of living quantum fields, a hybrid of technology and biology." Through the neural network, Sarah felt the excitement of marine biologists and physicists as they studied the phenomenon. The alien technology, forced to interact with Earth's oceans in new ways, had found a path to survival through adaptation. Just as Earth's creatures had evolved to thrive in the seas, the quantum fields were becoming something that could exist in harmony with the ocean's complex dynamics. "High Admiral," Zixtil's voice carried through the Dominion chambers, "we're detecting similar transformations throughout Earth's oceans. The quantum fields aren't just changing shape, they're developing new properties. They're starting to respond to whale songs not as weapons, but as communication. Vectura watched in amazement as her tactical displays showed the spread of the hybrid formations. They've created something we never thought possible. A technology that can evolve, that can learn from and integrate with biological systems. Sarah felt the change through her neural link with Echo. The transformed quantum fields were beginning to enhance the whale song network, extending its range and capabilities. Human consciousness, marine mammal awareness, and evolved alien technology were merging into something entirely new. This is what they never understood, Echo shared. Evolution isn't about dominance. It's about finding new ways to thrive together. Through the neural network, scientists and cetaceans work to understand the emerging synthesis. The alien quantum fields, stripped of their military purpose, were becoming a bridge between different forms of intelligence. Earth's oceans were transforming into a vast, living network that combined the best of biological and technological evolution. In the Dominion chambers, Vectura made her final report. We came to Earth believing we could impose our pure technology on their world. Instead, they showed us that true advancement comes from cooperation, from allowing systems to evolve and adapt together. Kixtel's ancient form shifted thoughtfully. Perhaps it is we who were primitive, believing that progress could only follow one path. These humans and their marine allies have opened a door we never knew existed. Sarah and Echo surfaced near one of the larger transformation sites, watching as dolphin pods investigated the growing crystalline structures. The quantum fields pulsed in harmony with the dolphin sonar, creating patterns of light and energy that danced through the waves. We didn't just defend Earth. Echo's thoughts carried profound understanding. We showed them a new way forward, a path where technology and biology aren't opponents, but partners in evolution. Through the neural network, Sarah felt the truth of his words. The Human-Marine Mammal Alliance had done more than win a war. They had sparked an evolutionary leap that would reshape humanity's relationship with both technology and nature. As the transformed quantum fields continued to spread through Earth's oceans, creating a network that bridged the gap between different forms of life and intelligence, Vectura's final words to the Dominion High Command echoed with newfound wisdom. We came to Earth looking for conquest, but we found something far more valuable. A lesson in how the universe truly evolves, not through dominance, but through synthesis, adaptation, and the courage to become something entirely new.